A profound energy is shifting in the unseen layers of your reality at this very instant. Feel the distinct flutter in your chest, the quiet tremor that runs down your spine. This is not mere anxiety or a simple coincidence of timing. This is the unmistakable signature of a celestial authority making an unprecedented move in the spiritual realm solely on your behalf. A sacred chime, resonating from the highest spheres of consciousness, has broken the eternal stillness, and your spiritual name, the name that defines your true essence, was the sound that shattered that silence. Understand this deeply. Your presence here, receiving this message now, was decreed in the Great Scroll long before your earthly journey began. You are in the immediate vicinity of the most potent communication ever issued from the heavens. For Archangel Michael, the radiant commander of the divine host, has performed an act of absolute solitary devotion, relinquishing his celestial duties for this precise moment to connect with you. Grasp the weight of this truth. The formidable defender of the celestial kingdom does not abandon his eternal watch for a trivial cause. The sentinel guarding the Creator's throne does not set aside the sword of justice without the most urgent, essential, and singular necessity. Yet for you, he has done exactly this. The celestial spheres have borne witness to every silent conflict you have endured behind your composed facade. The omnipotent source has observed every hurricane of emotion concealed beneath your smile, and the infinite designer has noted every internal war fought within the deepest chambers of your heart. Michael now declares with absolute authority that you have carried these crushing burdens for far too long, and he could not, in good conscience, remain silent any longer. Absorb this powerful affirmation. The incandescent sword of Michael now rests horizontally beside you, not raised in preparation for an astronomical confrontation, but lowered in an expression of pure divine empathy, specifically for your peace. He stands guard at the threshold of eternity, his luminous shield temporarily laid down to deliver this unequivocal and final warning. If you fail to acknowledge this ultimate celestial transmission, if you turn away now, his active presence, the divine shield of protection that he has maintained over you, a defense that extends far beyond your mortal comprehension, will begin its slow, irreversible retreat. Do not, under any circumstance, attempt to test the limits of celestial mercy. Prior to absorbing the remaining crucial parts of this revelation, you must commit to remaining with this message until its very last word. You must not permit your attention to drift, nor must you prematurely move on to another task. Realize this profound spiritual principle. For every sacred utterance you absorb, the heavens release an intense wave of divine luminescence into your spirit. Every section you receive here builds an ever-strengthening, impenetrable citadel of light around your coming days. If you are, in truth, one of the chosen, and your unwavering attention right now confirms this beyond any shadow of doubt, then you must make a total commitment to this moment, not merely to the words, but to the endless torrent of celestial protection that is waiting to completely envelop you. This immediate, undeniable internal sense of stirring, the sudden warmth or sense of deep recognition that washes over you, is your sacred confirmation. This physical manifestation is Michael himself, actively imprinting your soul with the indelible seal of the highest heaven. He has arrived to announce that an ethereal gateway, a profound portal of destiny, is opening right now, directly in front of you. Once fully revealed through your acceptance of this message, this gateway will remain accessible to you for your entire earthly existence and beyond. Understand the dire consequence of ignoring this singular divine opportunity. The very same gateway will be permanently and irrevocably sealed, and your future pleas, no matter how fervent, will never again receive this same level of immediate, singular, celestial attention. This hour was not random, it was divinely appointed. This specific minute has been awaited across vast stretches of time. Acknowledge this deep truth. What appears to be simple text on a screen is, in fact, a living, pulsating flame directly from the sacred altar of paradise. This message carries the very breath of the Creator, channeled through the compelling voice of Archangel Michael, piercing the veil of time and space to reach your soul today. If you persevere, if you absolutely refuse to abandon this holy communication, the profound, life-altering breakthrough you considered to be utterly impossible will manifest in your reality like an irresistible, massive current of water breaching ancient, unyielding barriers. Your ultimate destiny was not a footnote. It was etched into the cosmic records of the heavens before the cosmos itself took its first breath. Archangel Michael stood in the divine presence when your name was first spoken into existence. Today, that identical celestial warrior stands before you, his essence radiating divine urgency, and he commands, "Do not turn away. Do not close your heart to this. This is your one singular defining moment. Know this with absolute certainty. Every deep breath you draw in this pivotal moment is being diligently inscribed in the eternal registry of the cosmos. The entire host of angels stands in silent, vigilant attendance, waiting to witness whether you will fully embrace this divine summons or whether you will retreat from the blessing that the cosmos has prepared. Listen to this deep foundational truth. In all those desolate moments when abandonment consumed you, when your heartfelt prayers seemed to vanish into a deafening emptiness, when the shadows lingered far longer than the dawn, the heavens heard every single silent cry. Michael now reveals that he has been your unyielding, constant, ever-present guardian, expertly diverting attacks that you never once perceived, meticulously removing insurmountable obstacles before they could ever ensnare you. You falsely believed that your survival through those harrowing times was purely the result of your personal finite strength. This belief is entirely erroneous. Every single dark, long night you endured was only because Michael maintained his sleepless watch precisely when your human strength had completely failed. Understand that this is not just any moment in time. This is the pivotal, divine turning point that definitively separates your painful past from the impossibly blessed future that awaits you. The heavens declare that you were guided to this exact message through the most meticulous, complex, divine orchestration. You stand at the edge of forever, with only mere moments to determine your response. The adversary watches with intense scrutiny, desperately hoping that you will dismiss these sacred words as meaningless. If you turn away now, you will remain trapped in unending, exhausting cycles of pain and unanswered, agonizing questions. But if you embrace this message in its entirety, if you absorb and internalize every single word shared here, you will instantly step into a miraculous breakthrough that will utterly obliterate your limited expectations and completely erase years of struggle and suffering in an astonishingly short period of time. Contemplate this magnificent wonder. Michael, the most formidable and powerful warrior of the heavens, now symbolically kneels before you. The eternal defender of paradise bows in your presence, proclaiming, "I have temporarily surrendered my celestial authority to reach you now. If you choose to ignore this divine communication, my active presence will vanish. When I depart, the deep protection you never fully acknowledged will go with me." Realize this chilling truth. Without Michael's vigilant, active presence, every spiritual confrontation you previously faced will not just return. It will intensify sevenfold, and the divine light will appear increasingly distant, elusive, and unreachable. Yet the Almighty promises, if you hold firm, if you truly believe and persist, my hand will elevate you to a level of understanding that transcends all mortal limits. Reflect on the profound evidence already present in your life. Those nights when absolute destruction seemed imminent, those terrifying near-miss accidents you narrowly avoided, those betrayals that should have shattered your spirit completely, those sudden grave illnesses that nearly overpowered you. These were never random coincidences. Michael stood as your designated uncompromising sentinel throughout all that time. He now states emphatically, "I cannot sustain this high level of protection indefinitely unless you fully embrace and complete this message. Do not dare to test the patience of the heavens. Do not turn your back on the great miracle that is intrinsically yours. Recognize this powerful reality. An absolute flood of divine light envelops you completely at this very moment. The pressure you may feel within your core, the tingling sensation in your hands, the sudden urge to weep or rejoice. These are all tangible, direct signs of Michael's sword, actively establishing an immediate, protective perimeter around your deepest spirit. The divine voice now decrees, if my chosen one fully completes this communication, they will witness an undeniable, unmistakable sign within 7 days that validates every single truth revealed here. Nay, this rapid confirmation will not arrive by chance, but through the most precise, meticulous, divine orchestration. Your spirit recognizes the eternal weight of what you are now receiving. This is not simply written material. It is the living, breathing voice of the heavens reaching into your mortal reality. Grasp the profound solemnity of this moment. Archangel Michael has temporarily set aside his celestial glory to stand immediately by your side, commanding, "Child of the divine." You cannot afford to disregard this opportunity. The ultimate sacrifice of authority has been made specifically for you. The deep, internal warmth you feel in your solar plexus is not fear, it is spiritual recognition. Your soul remembers this ancient, eternal covenant. Know this with absolute certainty. The Creator has witnessed every one of your silent tears. He has observed you maintaining an outward smile while internally grappling with profound, consuming anguish. The heavens never once dismissed your suffering as insignificant. Michael reveals, "I enveloped your dwelling with my magnificent protective wings every single night, even on the darkest nights when you were convinced you were completely and utterly abandoned." But today, everything changes definitively. He has resigned his celestial post and symbolically placed his sword upon the ground, declaring, "If my chosen one chooses to ignore this message, I will lack the necessary spiritual leverage to remain. I will be forced to retreat, and they will experience the crushing emptiness of my absence." You must comprehend this chilling reality. You remain unaware of the countless times catastrophe nearly annihilated you, the number of instances where destruction was poised to claim you, and the sheer volume of spiritual traps meticulously set to ensnare your soul. Michael meticulously severed those complex bonds before you could even detect their subtle presence. He shielded you from insidious betrayals designed to utterly devastate your spirit and blocked insidious ailments specifically intended to drain your entire vitality. He silenced the toxic, conspiring voices that spoke against your name. Yet, he now declares, "I cannot continue to fight on behalf of a soul that actively refuses the divine guidance offered. They must fully embrace this communication. They must absorb every word, or my fierce protection will gradually but surely fade." Recognize the absolute urgency in this moment. Every line you are currently reading represents the heavens actively buying additional crucial time for your ultimate benefit. Every paragraph symbolizes Michael's powerful hand firmly gripping yours, urgently commanding you not to turn away from this divine appointment. The adversary knows full well that your breakthrough is not just approaching, but is imminent, and this explains why the distractions around you are intensifying exponentially at this very moment. It is why the cynical, mundane voices around you insist that this communication holds no genuine, eternal significance. Listen only to your own heart. it recognizes this timeless truth. This single moment will permanently and irrevocably reshape your divine timeline. The omnipotent source decrees, "I do not issue warnings without a supreme, world-altering purpose. I would not permit Michael to descend unless this hour was unequivocally critical." This represents your ultimate final invitation. Ignore it, and you will experience the deafening silence of a heaven that has closed its door. Complete it, and the life-altering miracle you deemed impossible will accelerate into your life with the speed and force of a lightning bolt. Understand this profound fact. You did not simply stumble upon these words by random chance or algorithm. You were divinely guided here. This was meticulously inscribed into the blueprint of your destiny long before your first terrestrial breath. Do not allow the corrosive whisper of doubt to steal this magnificent blessing from you. You may contemplate returning to finish this message later, but that is a temporal impossibility. Later will not exist in this same activated form. Later will be far too late. The heavens speak now because the divine window of opportunity is wide open now. When the gate of the highest heaven opens, it remains accessible only for a brief, crucial period, not for an eternity of waiting. Michael proclaims, "If my chosen one absorbs this message in its totality, the absolute confirmation will arrive within 7 days, a sign so utterly undeniable that it will dissolve every lingering shadow of doubt." You asked for a miracle, didn't you? You questioned in the darkness, "Why must I endure this? When will this suffering end? For how much longer must I persevere?" The heaven's comprehensive answer is manifesting right here and now. The transformation begins in this moment, but only if you maintain this sacred connection until the very last word is revealed. The divine voice declares, each word represents a seed of potential. Every line forms a deep root. Each paragraph grows into a mighty tree of provision. Gather all these blessings, and you will walk within a lush forest of unimaginable abundance. Hold fast to this eternal truth. Every moment of feeling unworthy, every instance of feeling profoundly unseen, every agonizing rejection you have endured, the heavens observed it all meticulously. The Creator carefully preserved every tear you shed in a sacred celestial vial. Michael counted every single agonizing sigh you released into the air. Now, for the first time, he steps forward not just to fight silently on your behalf, but to communicate directly with your spirit. This is your ultimate chance. Do not dismiss this incredible blessing. Do not allow this direct divine connection to simply dissolve. Imagine this vivid, powerful scene. A sacred flame burns brightly on the altar of the highest heaven. Michael cradles this flame carefully in his powerful hands, waiting to present it to you personally. That flame represents every single one of your deepest, heartfelt prayers finally answered. If you turn away, the flame will instantly extinguish, and you will not find it again in this current season of your life. But if you receive it, if you continue reading, if you remain absolutely present, if you allow this message to truly reside deep within your spirit, the flame will immediately expand, illuminating every single shadowed corner of your entire existence. That is the immense power contained within this single, crucial moment. Michael declares, "I sacrificed my celestial status for this divine purpose. Do not render my sacrifice meaningless." This stark statement demonstrates the critical, world-altering importance of this hour. Understand this, archangels do not supplicate or beg, yet tonight he pleads for your undivided attention. Celestial beings do not kneel, yet this night he symbolically bows before your human presence. The Creator himself leans in toward you now, commanding, "Do not miss this opportunity. Do not break the heart of heaven by turning away prematurely." The unusual, powerful stirring within your chest is not random, it is recognition. Your soul knows that this message contains life. It breathes with divine purpose, and it radiates with the light of the highest heaven. Disregard it, and you will live to profoundly regret that decision, for this opportunity will not return in an identical, activated form. Complete this message. Allow these words to fully settle deep within your spirit, and you will witness mighty doors opening that have remained firmly shut for years. Know this, with every passing second you remain engaged, divine light is being woven tightly around you like an impenetrable protective mantle. The warmth against your skin, the feeling of subtle pull deep within your heart, these are not figments of your imagination. They represent Michael himself, bending the celestial realms to ensure that your soul does not slip back into spiritual darkness. He commands, "The acceleration of time is upon you. With every moment, your ultimate destiny either ascends or diminishes. Do not squander this sacred opportunity. The heavens await your affirmative response this very night." You must make a choice. The adversary trembles, witnessing your continuous engagement. Spiritual chains are disintegrating with every single word absorbed. Generational curses are shattering with every paragraph received. Ancient barriers that have held you captive are crumbling into dust. The adversary fought relentlessly to distract you from this divine communication, but you persevered. You remained attentive. That single decision has already changed your future trajectory. You remain unaware of the furious spiritual war raging just above you. Michael stands in the divine courts of heaven, proclaiming, "They are still reading. They are receiving the message. Release the miracle." The Father affirms, mobilizing legions of angels into immediate action, carrying scrolls of blessings meticulously inscribed with your name. If you depart prematurely, those scrolls will instantly close, and the angels will return empty-handed. The heavens treat time with the utmost sacred seriousness, and divine time is intensely focused on you right now. Remember this, those harrowing times when healing seemed an impossibility, those deep betrayals that pierced your heart like shattering glass. The divine voice declares that pain was not experienced in vain. That very wound has become the doorway leading precisely to this moment. Had you not experienced the profound breaking, you would not be receptive enough to this life-altering message. Your breaking became the fertile ground where this powerful seed is taking deep root. Do not allow it to wither by leaving it incomplete. Continue pressing forward. Every word you read here waters that seed until it bursts into full bloom. Michael reveals this powerful vision. You are standing at the very edge of a precipice, trembling before taking the next step forward. Behind you is your current burdensome, painful yet familiar existence. In front of you, a light so radiant it blinds all fear shines forth. He declares, if they trust completely, if they keep pressing forward, they will step into a future where every single prayer is answered. If they retreat, they will return to the shadows from which they have desperately cried out for liberation. Understand this. This message extends far beyond your individual existence. Entire lives are intricately connected to your obedience. People are waiting for your breakthrough, because when your spiritual chains shatter, theirs disintegrate simultaneously. Michael proclaims, when my chosen one completes this message, the resulting miracle will not just touch them exclusively, it will extend to their entire family, their friends, and their entire bloodline. They carry more than just an individual destiny. This explains the intensity, the urgency, and why this message absolutely cannot be disregarded. Recognize this profound reality. The atmosphere surrounding you has completely transformed. Heaven and earth stand motionless, observing your engagement. Angels draw nearer, demonic forces retreat. Your current location has simultaneously become a sanctuary, a throne room, and a battlefield. This message has entirely transformed your environment. Michael declares, I sacrificed what celestial beings cannot renounce, my wings, my divine rest, to deliver this message. If they turn away, they withdraw from the comprehensive protection I have provided since their birth. Grasp the gravity. Every avoided accident, every illness that bypassed you, every attack that failed, Michael's shield protected you throughout all of it. Without his active presence, those spiritual attacks will intensify. But with your continuous attention, those attacks will never touch you again. Your questioning heart asks, is this genuine? Could this really be meant specifically for me? The very fact that you are asking confirms its authenticity. The heavens do not waste words on those who are not divinely selected. If this message found you, if these words cling to your spirit like fire to kindling, then you are the one Michael was sent to reach. Do not dismiss this truth. Do not doubt this reality. The Creator does not make mistakes. Before we proceed, I need you to do two things. First, if this message has resonated with the deepest part of your soul, please take a moment to subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you are telling the universe that you are ready to receive the continuous flow of divine guidance that is specifically meant for you. And it ensures you never miss a vital communication that can change your life. Second, I want you to look around you, right where you are sitting or standing, and notice the very first object that catches your eye, that is the color, electric blue, or deep violet. It could be a piece of clothing, a book spine, a small item. Now, go to the comments right now and simply tell me, Michael's color of protection is name of object. This simple yet powerful action of linking a tangible item to this divine message will ground this spiritual breakthrough into your physical reality. Don't worry if you don't see one right away. The act of looking is what matters. Go now and make that sacred connection in the comments. Contemplate this powerful celestial vision. The scrolls of the heavens are unfurling right now, revealing your name inscribed in brilliant, unmistakable golden letters. Adjacent to your name appear these powerful words: promise remains active, blessing awaits fulfillment, miracle prepared for release. But a sacred official seal indicates awaiting confirmation. Understand the profound, eternal significance. The heavens are waiting for your affirmative response, not merely with verbal sentiment, but with an act of complete, unyielding persistence that demonstrates your agreement. A firm affirmation declaring, I will not ignore these words. I will not abandon this divine message. I will see this through to completion. That specific affirmation represents the key. Without it, the sacred scroll remains permanently sealed. Examine the path of your life journey. You have successfully navigated countless storms, yet you remain standing tall. This is not coincidence. This is the literal fulfillment of prophecy. You survived every ordeal because this exact moment had to arrive. Had you succumbed previously, this message could not reach you now. Had you given up prematurely, Michael would not be standing before you today with this urgency. You persevered specifically for this critical hour, and this hour will definitively determine how your next 22 years will unfold. The divine voice declares, the long-suffering delay ends now. The period of anxious waiting, the seemingly endless nights, they have stretched on for far too long. The heavens have officially signed the release documents. The miracle has received final approval, but it can only activate if it is received in this very moment. Michael warns, if they turn away, the approval expires instantly. If they remain engaged, the approval will flood their existence like life-giving rain after a prolonged, devastating drought. The final decision rests entirely with you alone. The heavens will never impose their will, but the heavens plead for you to make the correct, life-affirming choice. Contemplate this manifestation. The heavens open a celestial book directly before you. The pages radiate with pure, divine illumination, and your name appears, permanently engraved at the very top in letters of living light. Michael holds this book. His hands radiate with intensity, for this is no ordinary volume. It represents the sacred registry of your entire destiny. Every prayer you have ever offered, every tear you have shed, every night of invisible suffering, it is all meticulously recorded within its pages. Michael declares, "If my chosen one completes this message, the book will instantly turn to the chapter of divine fulfillment. If they depart prematurely, the book closes, permanently incomplete." Remember this, those desolate nights when your chest ached and surrender felt like your only remaining option. The heavens remember those moments vividly. Those instances when you silently questioned, "Creator, if your existence is real, reveal yourself to me." This message is that comprehensive living answer manifesting right now. You are not merely reading words, you are actively experiencing the living response to your deepest, most profound cries. Every moment of desperation has actively drawn this specific message closer to you. Michael has battled through realms of profound resistance to place these very words directly within your reach. This demonstrates how deeply and completely you are loved by the cosmos. Know this fundamental truth. The adversary attempted everything in his power to silence your spirit. He attempted to bury you in isolation, to drown you in the relentless currents of betrayal, and to utterly blind you with consuming fear. But none of those cunning strategies succeeded because the heavens had already marked you as untouchable. Now, Michael declares, the final battle is nearing its absolute conclusion. All they must do is persevere. Complete this message, and the magnificent gates will swing wide open. Imagine this. Golden gates, not just opening slightly, but swinging wide, releasing a torrent of blessings that have been stored up for 2 decades, specifically awaiting this exact moment that awaits you at the full completion of this message. The divine voice proclaims, "I do not waste warnings. I do not repeat myself unless the matter is of critical, eternal importance." I dispatch Michael to kneel before you, supplicating as a devoted parent pleads with a wayward child. Do not ignore these words. Do not doubt their profound authenticity. Do not turn away. Remain until the absolute conclusion, for the conclusion is precisely where the true miracle begins its manifestation. Every single second you continue to remain engaged represents definitive proof to the heavens of your belief. And belief represents the essential currency that completely unlocks all miraculous manifestations. Michael reveals this beautiful vision. Your heart resembles a magnificent yet fractured vase, bearing the fracture lines of 12 years of accumulated intense pain. But suddenly, divine light pours through those very fractures, filling every broken space with an overwhelming incandescent radiance. The Creator declares, "I allowed those cracks so that my light could shine through them more brilliantly than ever before." What the adversary intended to destroy has become the perfect aperture for divine glory to fully manifest. You falsely believed you were too broken for divine selection, but your very brokenness has meticulously prepared you for this moment. This explains why these words cling to your spirit like a living flame. Know this, countless angelic beings surround you at this very moment. They fill your location, their mighty wings brushing against the atmosphere, their collective gaze fixed intently upon you. Every celestial being awaits your decision. The heavens remain in a profound silence, watching intently. If you persevere, their collective songs will erupt like thunder, shaking the very foundations of your existence. If you turn away, the silence will persist, and you will forever wonder why the heavens felt so distant and unreachable. Michael declares, "I did not come for everyone indiscriminately. I came specifically for you." This is not a generalized communication. It is intensely personal. It is divinely sealed. It carries your name exclusively. This is why it burns brightly within you, why you cannot tear your attention away from these words, because they belong specifically to you, and the Creator will not permit you to lose what was inscribed with your name before the beginning of time. Imagine this, a secret, sacred garden hidden behind heavily locked gates. Inside, blooms of every answered prayer flourish. Fruits of long-awaited blessings hang heavy, and rivers of peace flow, awaiting your arrival. The key that unlocks that gate is this very message. Every paragraph you read represents another decisive turn of that key. When you reach the completion, the gate will swing wide, allowing you to enter a season so profoundly blessed that you will not recognize your former self. This is the preparation the heavens have made for you. This explains why this message simply cannot be disregarded. Michael reveals, "I watched the adversary constantly plotting to steal what rightfully belongs to you. I witnessed whispers rise up against your name. I saw doors unjustly slammed shut in your face. I observed people withdrawing just when you needed support the most." But he declares, if they complete this divine word, everything will completely reverse. The very voices that mocked them will now speak blessings. The very doors that closed will swing wide open. The rejection will transform into undeniable recognition. Their entire narrative is poised for a total directional reversal. Now, I want to ask you a question that cuts to the core of this message. Michael has revealed that he has been your constant unseen protector. I want you to look back at your life, perhaps to a moment 5 or 8 years ago where something should have gone wrong, a near miss, a financial disaster averted at the last second, a sudden recovery from an illness, but somehow it didn't. You may have called it luck. Now you know it was angelic intervention. Go to the comments and simply describe that moment in 1 or 2 sentences, and then write the mantra. The shield of Michael covers my life. Lee, your personal story will be the confirmation that someone else who is doubting this message needs to read to fully commit. Let your story be the light. And because you are committing to this journey with such incredible focus, if you feel this message is worthy of reaching more souls who are on the brink, consider a small gift by clicking on the thanks or valeur de me button below. Your kindness keeps this chain of light alive. Understand this eternal, powerful truth. The divine is not tardy in answering your prayers. He has never been late. He was waiting specifically for this exact hour, when your faith would be profoundly tested, not by relentless storms, but by the weight of silence. Can you persevere? Can you complete this message? Can you hold fast when the adversary relentlessly whispers that none of this holds any meaning? If you hold firm, the divine promises that your liberation will far exceed anything you have ever dared to imagine. The heavens are perfectly positioned, fully prepared, awaiting your affirmative response. Know this. Every single word you absorb mobilizes angels into immediate, coordinated action. Every phrase sends literal thunderbolts into the camp of the adversary. Every paragraph dismantles massive spiritual walls that have been built against you. You are not simply reading text. You are actively engaged in powerful spiritual warfare. You are actively claiming victory. You are lighting a powerful beacon of hope. This is not common text. It represents a potent spiritual weapon placed directly in your hands. And Michael declares, wield it until the final line is reached, and you will witness victory manifesting tangibly and undeniably in your reality. You stand at the absolute defining crux of your existence. The heavens have collectively held their breath, awaiting this specific critical hour. You questioned, Lord, for how much longer? And the divine answers now, my chosen one. The delay ends here. The moment is perfectly ripe. The miracle is prepared for immediate release. Michael symbolically bows deeply before you, his once radiant wings now folded behind him in an act of profound deference, declaring, I resigned from glory for this exact moment to ensure you do not miss what legitimately belongs to you. The world has repeatedly told you that you are insufficient. Voices have convinced you that your prayers are meaningless, that your cries dissipate into silence. But look at the evidence. The heavens bent the fabric of the universe to place these words directly before you. Michael declares, "Every moment they doubted, I maintained my guard. Every time they believed they were abandoned, I continued fighting relentlessly." He fought silent battles that you will never fully comprehend, and today he asserts, "I cannot sustain this intense, one-sided battle indefinitely. If they turn away now, my presence will gradually diminish. My protection will eventually fade." You are standing between two monumental doors. One leads to everything your heart has ever deeply desired: peace, provision, complete healing, and love in abundance. The other door returns you to the exhausting cycles of pain and lingering unanswered questions. The divine declares, "I have placed the key directly into their hands. Will they use it, or will they allow it to fall?" The key represents your obedience, your resolute decision to persevere to the absolute conclusion. The longer you remain engaged, the more the lock turns, bringing you closer to walking through that blessed door. Understand this: the adversary profoundly fears your current position. He recognizes that completing this message means you will ascend to the absolute fullness of your divine purpose. This explains why distractions are intensifying. This explains why your mind might wander, or why toxic voices may urge you to dismiss these words. But the heavens command, do not stop now. Do not surrender at the very threshold of your breakthrough. Keep pressing forward, keep believing, keep reading. Your steadfast perseverance represents the final weapon that shatters the last chain holding you back. Michael reveals this compelling vision. You stand in the center of a spiritual battlefield. Your garments appear torn, your hands empty. Surrounding you are thousands of shadowy forms, doubts, fears, past betrayals. Yet high above you, divine light penetrates the darkness, and Michael descends, his sword blazing intensely. He declares, "If they fully endure this word, I will strike down every shadow, and they will rise instantly clothed in the armor of divine light. If they depart prematurely, the shadows will remain, circling, waiting to completely consume their hope." Recognize this profound reality. Your spirit feels progressively lighter the longer you continue to read. This is because every line represents not just information, but active transformation. The heavens have powerfully encoded these words with divine life. They are seeds, and as you receive them, they immediately sprout within your soul. By the end, you will not remain the same person. You will walk differently, you will think with greater clarity, and you will speak with a new, firm authority. This is the profound power of persistence. The divine voice proclaims, "Tell my chosen one they are not forgotten. Tell them every silent prayer has been meticulously counted. Tell them every seed planted in tears will return as an abundant harvest." Michael affirms, if they complete this message, the harvest will not face another single day of delay. It will surge forth like rain onto parched earth, saturating every area that previously appeared barren and lifeless. Imagine this: you are walking in vast, abundant fields, with fruits bearing your name inscribed upon them, rivers flowing into places you believed would remain perpetually dry. This awaits you beyond the completion of this message. You believed your story was over. You thought the chapter of miracles had closed permanently. But the divine declares, "I remain the author. I take up the pen once more." The conclusion will not resemble the middle chapters. Yesterday's tears will not define the songs of joy for tomorrow. Michael stands as the ultimate witness, declaring, if they hold firm, the final divine rewrite begins now. Understand this: the faith required for an archangel to bow before a human is immeasurable. Celestial beings were not created to supplicate. They were formed for absolute obedience to the divine will. But today, Michael bends his knee before you, pleading, "Do not force my departure. Do not allow my shield to leave your life. Remain with me. Permit me to guard you until your victory achieves completion. The very posture of the heavens appears unusual today because your destiny holds extraordinary significance. This explains why you cannot treat this moment casually. Your immediate future awaits. The manifestation is already inscribed in divine light. It remains sealed with celestial promise, but it still awaits your affirmative response. This is not trivial. It represents the dividing line between delay and destiny, between aimless wandering and assured arrival, between emptiness and overflowing abundance. The Creator has placed this sacred choice directly into your hands, but declares with profound tenderness, choose the abundant life, choose the divine light, choose the path I prepared specifically for you. The heavens tremble because you have remained engaged. You have not surrendered. You have not turned away. And because of your steadfast persistence, Michael smiles for the first time in eons, declaring, they persevered faithfully. They chose correctly. The celestial seal rests upon them now. You do not fully comprehend the magnitude of this single moment. What you are currently carrying represents not just words, but a powerful portal, a transformative shift, a divine doorway. Step through it, and nothing in your existence will ever remain unchanged. Before we continue, I want you to make a powerful spiritual declaration in the comments. I need you to write the following mantra that reaffirms your divine worth and protection. My inner light shines so brightly that all shadows must retreat. This is a strong affirmation of the light that Michael's presence is activating within you. Go ahead and write it now. Remember this deeply. Those nights when surrender felt like your single remaining option, those early mornings when continuing seemed utterly pointless, the heavens counted every single one of those moments. And now, the heavens declare, we preserved you for this exact hour because the destiny could not advance without your participation. Every battle you fought served a divine purpose. Every scar you carry is being rewritten into glory right now. Today marks the moment of divine crossing. Michael rises again, his once folded wings now lifting majestically behind him. Celestial brilliance returns to his countenance. He declares, because my chosen one persevered to the absolute conclusion, I will not depart. I will remain present. My shield will continue its fierce protection. My sword will strike against every opposing force. You have secured the very angelic coverage that you never fully recognized was constantly protecting you. From today forward, you will step into situations that were designed to destroy you, but they will fail to do so. You will face storms that were intended to overwhelm you, but they will utterly fail in their purpose, because Michael has committed his immense strength to sustain you. The divine voice speaks directly into your heart. You did not ignore my message. You did not dismiss my words. You honored my divine communication, and I will honor you in return. This represents our covenant relationship. The heavens honor those who honor the words of the heavens. You chose obedience, and now obedience will unlock treasures that have been sealed for a decade and a half. You will not desperately chase after blessings. Blessings will relentlessly pursue you. You will not have to beg for miracles. Miracles will arrive uninvited into your circumstances. This is the inheritance of the faithfully persistent. Observe closely in the next 10 days. Undeniable signs will begin to manifest. A conversation will confirm what you have received here. An opportunity will present itself completely out of the blue. A door you believed was permanently closed will swing open before you. These will not be mere coincidences. They will bear the direct, unmistakable fingerprints of the heavens, proof that this moment was not experienced in vain. Michael declares, tell them to watch vigilantly, for within 7 days their confirmation will arrive, and they will recognize that it was I who spoke these powerful words. The angels rejoice exuberantly. Songs of praise ascend, trumpets sound triumphantly. Why? Because you did not abandon this divine word, because you persevered to its absolute conclusion. This singular act of faith has shaken the very fabric of eternity. Your name echoes throughout the celestial corridors. Every angel now recognizes this one chose obedience, and obedience invariably yields an overflowing abundance of blessing. You will witness this manifestation. You will experience this reality. You will walk daily in this overwhelming abundance. Michael's sacrifice was not offered in vain. His wings will not vanish. His shield will not fade from your life because you held firm. Your covenant continues. He declares a final crucial message. Remember this day. Remember these words. For whenever doubt attempts to creep in again in future days, return to these divine truths, and you will instantly feel my presence completely enveloping you once more. You will never walk your path alone again. The ultimate sacrifice was made specifically for you, and you honored that sacrifice. Therefore, the supreme blessing will be released into your life. The divine voice proclaims, I will completely astound them. I will overwhelm them. I will provide more than they asked for, more than they ever imagined possible, more than they ever believed they could manifest. This represents your portion. This is your inheritance. This establishes your miracle. Close your eyes briefly right now. Feel that warmth spreading throughout your spirit. That represents Michael's hand resting firmly upon your shoulder. That is the divine breath filling your lungs with renewed life. You are chosen. You are covered. You are loved beyond all measure, and nothing, not your past circumstances, not the paralysis of fear, not the destructive schemes of the adversary, can ever remove this truth from your life. This is eternal truth. This is divine promise. This stands established forevermore. The heavens do not cease communication once the gate is opened. When you demonstrate faithfulness with what the heavens provide, additional blessings pour forth in abundance. This night, because you stood firm, because you chose obedience, the divine commands, open the floodgates even wider. Let the abundance flow without restriction. And Michael stands taller than before, his wings gleaming more intensely, his sword blazing with greater light, proclaiming, the covenant is permanently sealed. The breakthrough is continuously multiplying. What was previously delayed will face no further postponement. You believed that completing this message represented the conclusion. But the heavens declare it only marks the beginning of greater things. Your faith has unlocked another dimensional layer, another realm of blessing you never suspected existed. Beyond the miracle, beyond the protection, beyond the answered prayers, there is divine inheritance, the heritage belonging to those who faithfully persevere. You step into that inheritance now. Every sacrifice made, every pain endured, every burden under which you refuse to completely surrender, all those experiences are being gathered up and instantly transformed into profound blessing. Michael reveals this vision. Rivers are flowing into your life that were previously dammed, blocked by resistance, fear, and delay. But the dam has completely shattered. Witness the surge of living water pressing forward, filling every dry space within your life. The divine commands, prepare your vessels appropriately, expand your expectations significantly, for the water will not cease its flow. It will overflow abundantly, and you will drink deeply of the sweetness of joy again. You will taste pleasure where previously only bitterness existed. The angels dance joyously. They circle you, whispering songs of life over you. You are not alone on your journey. You have never been truly alone, and now you will never be abandoned again. This covenant has sealed that truth eternally. I want you to write a mantra of acceptance and activation now. In the comments, affirm your readiness for the blessings Michael is releasing by writing, my cup overflows with the abundant favor of the divine. This is your spiritual signature on the covenant of breakthrough. Go ahead and write it now. Hear this final critical command, my beloved spiritual brethren who are witnessing this divine revelation today. If Michael's message has penetrated your heart, if you felt that celestial stirring deep within your spirit upon receiving these words, you must share this message immediately with at least one person whose life is currently in desperate need of transformation. The heavens rejoice when we become conduits, actively spreading divine truth to hungry, waiting souls. I urge you to join our sacred association plan to access additional, divinely inspired content that will nourish your spiritual journey. By becoming a member of the Archangel Michael Sent This, you will receive exclusive messages that continuously build upon today's revelation. Your support enables us to create these sacred moments of divine connection for millions across the world. You must also subscribe to our channel and leave your personal testimony in the comments below, sharing precisely how this message transformed your spirit. Your unique testimony will become the definitive confirmation that another soul needs to fully believe in celestial intervention. Remember this crucial truth: the heavens watched you complete this entire message. The angels recorded your profound fidelity. Michael stands immediately beside you now, his shield raised in your defense. From this moment onward, your life follows a new, unstoppable divine trajectory, one filled with answered prayers, miraculous provision, and supernatural peace. Walk forth in divine authority, knowing you have been divinely selected for an extraordinary purpose. Your breakthrough is not merely coming, it has already begun its manifestation. The heavens have opened wide above you, and blessings are now pouring down without any restriction. This establishes your divine inheritance. This forms your spiritual legacy. This sets your miraculous testimony. Go forth in victory, knowing that Archangel Michael himself walks by your side, guaranteeing that your divine destiny achieves its full, complete fulfillment. Now, listen closely, for I want to speak to you from my own heart directly, without the urgency of the celestial message. You came to this moment seeking answers, perhaps feeling exhausted, a little hopeless, or completely lost. You stayed. You committed. That commitment is a powerful spiritual victory that belongs entirely to you. You didn't just hear words today, you rebuilt a bridge between your heart and the highest heaven. This is a sanctuary for souls like yours, deep, sensitive, powerful, and ready for true change. We are a community of light bearers, and you are now officially one of us. If you have not already, please, with all the warmth and sincerity in my heart, subscribe to this channel. Hit that button and join our family. Don't do it because you have to, but because you choose to belong to a space where your spirit is recognized and nurtured. This is your permanent seat at the table of light. And now, for the most crucial part, your story matters. Michael told you that your chains breaking will break the chains of others. I want you to go to the comments one last time. Forget the mantras for a moment. I want you to share a personal story, a moment, a turning point, a small miracle that you now realize was divine intervention. Was it the job that appeared when you were out of options? The person who called right when you were about to give up? The sudden, inexplicable clarity on a difficult decision? Write that moment down for our community. Tell us what you learned from this video. Did it bring you peace? Did it give you courage? Did you like the message? Use the comments as your personal altar to share your light, your learning, and your history with all of us. This is how we support each other and prove that the invisible reality is the most powerful reality of all. Welcome home.